Welcome to Krevat Attack. We are the three Krevat Brothers, originally from Brooklyn, New York. Now we're spread all across the nation. We're going to give you consistent ratings on the hot sauces. We're not going to use any kind of vehicle. We're just going to do it straight, so we're really going to know what it tastes like and how hot it is. We'll let you know how long the heat lasts, and we'll let you know how much we love the sauce, how it tastes. But first, we're going to introduce this week's guest. Jeremy, why don't you introduce our guest?
This week's guest is my friend Keat.
Welcome, Keat.
Welcome, Keat.
And his girlfriend Lori.
You can edit her out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Out of your life completely if you want.
Oh, sweet.
Keat is a huge foodie, and I found out through these videos that he actually is a big fan of hot sauces and is a subscriber to Heatness, so has a lot of the sauces that we have.
Nice.
Let's get into it. Let's do our first sauce. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're each going to try a different mild sauce and talk about how we feel about it, and then we'll do the same common really hot sauce.
I would say mild for those of us who really like hot sauces. Not everyone would consider them mild.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm happily go first. So, Keat, my name is Matthew, since we haven't met, and I'm talking to you from Apex, North Carolina, which is near the capital city of Raleigh.
What do you got?
And I have got Fresco Sauce's Chipotle Habanero hot sauce, which is fast become my wife's favorite sauce. It's pretty much her go-to every morning on her eggs.
I will be warming up with Heartbeat's Pineapple Habanero. I love their sauces, and they very popular. It's always popular on Hot Ones to say they are from Ontario, Canada. That's where they make this hot sauce. And me and Jocelyn love them so much, we ordered 4 different varieties of their sauce, but this is my absolute favorite sauce at the moment.
I'm super into Bravado. They make blends of peppers and fruit. I'm also doing a pineapple habanero, so I'm going to join you, Jeremy, but the Bravado variety. And Keat, I'm in San Diego, California, America's finest city. That's our slogan. You can decide if it's true for yourself.
Oh, I love it. I go to San Diego every year for Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, God, a geek. Just
Except for this year.
Do we know what Keat's having?
I got this Hellfire Detroit. It is their Cabernet Habanero Reaper blend.
Wow. That's his warm-up.
I'm going to start a little bit high today, guys.
I'm poured all over my hand because I overflowed.
I poured it over my hand because my wife didn't tighten the cap this morning after she had it on her egg, so when I shook it, it came out on my hands.
All right, and l'chaim.
L'chaim.
Ooh, as I suspected, no vehicle hotter.
Yeah. Actually taste heat with this when you drink it straight as compared to when you put it on food and it's just a little flavor.
I'm just looking at Keat's face, and he did a much hotter sauce than I did, and I realized this is going to be the 3rd guest in a row that shows me up and makes people say, why is this guy on the show?
The last time on our warm-up sauce, I gave it a 2, you guys gave it a 1. I went down to 1 with you, but again, I feel, I'm doing it without a vehicle here. It has a wonderful pineapple taste. I really, really love it. It's just wonderful. But in addition to having the pineapple taste, it's got habanero in it, so it's hot. It's got some heat. It's hot.
Mine is
2. The heat.
I would actually give mine, and maybe based on the Jaguar being like, you think it was a 2, I think you would think mine is a 3 then, because it's not just some heat. It definitely, I mean, I'm not dying or running for anything or not drinking anything, but it's definitely got, I mean, it's significantly above the Jaguar, the J-Jaguar in heat, like significantly. So I might even give mine a 3. In taste, I'm going to give it an 8, the highest I've ever given in taste. I love this sauce. It's just delicious.
Yeah, I would also give an 8 in flavor. It's like pineapple, right? I mean, it's delicious. Yum, yum, yum.
It's great on everything.
Yum, yum, yum.
So I've had this sauce a bunch of times before, but always with food. I never give it a straight taste. And I always have said I don't taste any heat with it when I have it with food. Straight, I actually taste heat with it. I would give it a 2.5 in the heat realm. I don't know if I'd say a 3, but it was definitely more the J Jaguar I could drink straight all day, I felt like, and not notice heat. This definitely had some heat to it. there's habanero. You can tell for the first time that it's habanero. Flavor-wise, I think I'm only gonna give it a 6 because it's chipotle, but I only got a hint of chipotle. I got a lot more habanero, and I didn't get the chipotle flavor, which is like my favorite hot sauce flavor. I love the smokiness, and it's not as smoky as I would like it to be. If it wasn't advertised as chipotle, I would say, ooh, that was interestingly smoky. I liked it. But the chipotle set expectations that it did not follow through on.
Keat, what you got?
I want to rate it maybe a 4 climbing on 5. I mean, it got a lot of heat when I first get into, but it's like one of those flavors that you could definitely just wait out the heat and it doesn't bother you that much. Like, you don't need water for it, but it's good flavor. I would say I'm not a wine guy, so like I didn't appreciate the wine taste to it, but you can definitely taste it. I would say maybe for me a 6.
Lee is a wine guy, so I think he's gonna want to get that.
I do want it. I want it.
Right.
It's like, there's cabaret hot sauce. That's new.
Hey, Matthew, why don't you introduce today's sauce?
Dun, dun, dun. We are having Stargazer. What I like about the Stargazer is it has a marketing blurb on the side, and as I'm a marketing guy, I like the marketing blurb. And according to the marketing blurb, Pepper North cranks up the heat index with their multi-award-winning Stargazer hot sauce. Renowned across the globe for its unrelenting heat, the Butchaluka pepper has long been feared and reviled. Pairing with Scotch bonnet, ghost and jalapeno peppers with hints of citrus and maple syrup, this blazing hot sauce will have you looking to the stars for relief. Dun, dun, dun. We are having Stargazer.
I do like the bottle art though. It's definitely pretty unique.
It is definitely a pretty bottle, and it dares to rate itself as ultra hot Scotch bonnet and ghost peppers right on it, which at least is giving you a warning what you're in for.
Well, I hope that it's not as hot as you're saying, because I overpoured considerably. I'm way over.
I gotta say, I've been dreading the sauce. This is the sauce I've dreaded the most.
Do the nose. Do some nose here.
Sweat, like the aroma. See what we're in for.
Okay, the body.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm just getting peppers.
I'm just definitely getting peppers.
It's not as aggressive and burny as the Thor's hammer. When I smelled it, it burned my nostrils. It smells like there's hot pepper in there, but it's not hurting me to smell it.
It's gonna be nothing.
It's gonna be delicious.
L'chaim.
No. Why? Nice taste up front.
Get that sweet right away.
It's very sweet.
And then a quick hit for me right after that.
Okay.
Taste.
I like it. Like I'm feeling it a little bit climbing now.
This is
hot. It's hitting my lips now. It's really hitting my lips now.
This is where you find out
you're a
Jeremy
lip
is a lip licker.
My lips, my God, it's like really on my lips. It definitely is building. It's building.
I had too much.
It is hotter than you expected, Lee. I think this is bringing a solid heat.
It's sweeter than Thor's hammer, but it is not behind Thor's hammer in heat.
I'm in a little. I mean, it's definitely not that much behind Thor's hammer, but I'm in a little bit like I noticed that I'm in less pain than I was when I did Thor's hammer.
It's a different pain. For me, it's a sharper, hotter, very concentrated on my tongue, where the Thor's hammer was everywhere, kind of infusing me.
I agree. It's tongue. My tongue's on fire.
I feel it in my stomach already, and
really?
Through my whole system, I feel it.
These hotter sauces, like the hotter the peppers, like ghost pepper, Carolina Reaper, Pepper X. It's not a whole lot of heat up front, and it just builds, and it just doesn't stop building.
Where other heats start going away in 5 minutes, they start really kicking in 5 minutes.
Here's my problem. It's creating a lot of mucus, and the mucus won't let me swallow it down. It refuses to go down. It's just hanging out, burning the crap out of the back of my mouth.
I think that I definitely stopped getting worse, but it's leveled off, but it hasn't started that downward turn.
Yeah, I definitely experienced the burn turn where my tongue hardly hurts at all. I have some on my lip now, so I have Jeremyitis, but my tongue does not nearly have the burn that it did at the peak.
Here's the funny thing. I keep wanting to lick my lips, They feel dry.
Mhm.
Every time I'm about to, I think I don't want to be a lip licker.
Don't be a Jeremy. By the way, it's definitely turned for me now as we're talking. So like within 30 seconds of Keat and Matthew talking, I'm with you. It's definitely on the way down.
But it's still hot.
Yeah, it's still there for sure. It's just not at peak.
Yeah.
It's definitely lower than it was.
Yeah.
I do feel it in my stomach though. It's pretty warm.
See, that's what I'm feeling. Like,
Where
I'm
do you
like,
feel it, Lee?
I feel it mostly. My nose wants to release fluids. I'm not going to push for a second hit.
Yeah, we said that with Thor's hammer too, and then 5 minutes later, you wanted a second hit.
Yeah. Once I'm better.
It's like childbirth. You forget how much it hurts and you want another one.
More of the heat is just in my gut. I don't know why. I'm not feeling it in my mouth anymore. I'm doing pretty good though with the sauce. I do like the Stargazer. I think we'll definitely use it again, like on another wing night.
I like the sweetness. It had really good taste.
There's a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah, it hit me. The initial taste was really nice sweetness. I really liked it. And again, it's like 2 seconds of this nice sweetness, and you taste this wonderful flavor, and then the heat hits, and I forget about the flavor, and I'm just thinking about the heat.
Like, so this flavor profile, what do you think it would go best with?
This might offend hot sauce lovers, but I see myself definitely using it because I don't do these extreme hot ones very often. So I see myself actually adding it to like barbecue sauce to heat up barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I think this would be really good on nachos. Like throw some chips with cheese on there, and then put this on as the salsa or as the hot sauce. The cheese is going to mellow the heat, but that flavor, that sweet flavor, is going to be fantastic, and you're going to get good heat. So I'd like it on nachos.
I would do that as long as it wasn't dabs on each nacho. If I just sprinkled some on nachos and cheese, that does sound delicious.
I think nachos would be a good call. Just like looking over the other ingredients, like the flavors. I mean, I feel like this might actually go well with some Asian dishes too. I mean, it has garlic, lime juice, and I mean a lot of Asian cooking just has a lot of heat in it too. So I'm sure you can kind of mix it in there, and it wouldn't be too overpowering.
Yeah, I was thinking stir fries as well. My wife's from India, and she made like a biryani, an Indian rice dish tonight. And I was thinking this would have been really good in that to bring heat into it, and it would have matched the flavors that were already in there.
Oh yeah, I could see it like pork fried rice, mixing it in.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Score time. What are the hot scores?
Well, before we score, I think, like for me, I always have to ask the question: are we going to do a second hit? Because that's part of the scoring for me. If I can do a second hit, that's different than if I say, oh, no, I can't.
I definitely feel I could do a second hit.
Yeah.
I think we should do it then. Jeremy, last time you did buttered bread and yogurt and water, and this time you're holding out, which is just crazy awesome.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
grab a box of tissues real fast so I don't mess up my keyboard.
Okay, l'chaim.
L'chaim.
No, why?
Why?
It's not hitting me as fast as the first one.
I had a lot more time to savor the flavor this time.
Yeah,
so I
I'm
got-
really
got that
savoring it.
sweetness.
It's very jammy. I like it.
So you're saying the Scotch bonnet, which is very popular in Jamaica, makes you feel like you're jamming.
I'm jamming, man.
I'd be Jaman.
I don't think we should sing.
That's wrong.
About dancing. We're great dancers, the Kravats, aren't we? This is not bothering me.
Every week, the second shot has been less painful.
Yeah, even with Thor last week, you didn't see me going as crazy after the second one.
Oh, no,
no,
I
there
feel
was-
the heat as equal, definitely as much.
I'm not there yet.
I managed not to lick my lips, and that's making the experience a lot easier.
I am looking forward to the episode where we do not say Jerry's a lip licker.
I'm actually fine. I'm shocked that I don't understand it really because it's really not bothering me at all the second hit.
Mine's now building.
I'm getting a sheen of sweat at my mustache level.
I'm very tempted to lick my lips.
Don't do it. Get out of the habit, man.
They're very dry right now.
You are a lip licker.
You need a spritzer.
Yeah. And I would say now my tongue is very, very hot. And I just lick my lips. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Lick liquor. I mean, lip liquor. I can't even say it. Lip liquor.
Yes, Jeremy, I licked my lick.
How many lips would Lee lick if Lee licked lips?
I can't believe I did a second shot.
Of Stargazer, where it's heat and spice it's got.
It's got peppers galore, and yet I did more.
I want to have it on a tater tot.
Limerick, baby. So what do we think Stargazer gets for heat?
Well, for me, if I can avoid coolant and I can do 2 shots, I've got to be consistent with what I've done the past couple of weeks. Now with Hellboy, I said, hey, I'm willing to do a 3rd shot, and I wasn't even reaching for a drink or thinking I needed one, so I gave it, personally I was thinking 4, we gave it a 5. With Thor's Hammer, it was a 6 because I really wanted a coolant. I'm going to say this was equivalent to Thor's Hammer. This is a 6.
I feel like it's less than Thor's Hammer to me, like it's 5.5, but if I'm around 5.5, I would round it up, I guess, so I'll give it a 6.
I handled this much better than Thor, but I mean, it tastes, I mean, I would definitely say it's in the same category. So, I mean, I would agree with a 6. If you guys would have said 5, I wouldn't have argued that, only because it was easier for me than Thor, but it's a different day, and you know.
So I'm willing to go 5 on this if we take Hellboy to a 4, but I can't put this down to Hellboy.
Right. I feel like they're in between. It's in between the two. But with the 10-point scale, it's going to happen that you have to group things.
Not if we make Hellboy 4.
So I would agree to give it a 6. How about you, Keat?
I would say 1 to 10. I'd give it like a 6.5 maybe. Like it's not that bad, but it's not high enough to be a 7. But I think 6 is pretty close to the money right there.
Yeah. So if we average it, we're giving it a 6 as a team.
Yeah, we're all around a 6. So.
Yeah, from 5.5 to 6.5, we got to average it as a 6.
So what about flavor?
I'm definitely higher on flavor than I was on the other 2. So, and if memory serves me correct, we were like at 5s there, right? We
gave Thor a 6.
If we gave Thor a 6, I'd have to give this a 7. I would give it a 7 because I think it tastes better than Thor. I do.
So I think it tastes different, but I don't know if it's better different. So Thor for me was a complexity of different peppers where I tasted like I was having a bunch of peppers. This was nice because it had that burst of sweetness, but I don't know if that makes it better other than different. I think I'm still in the 6 range like I was for Thor. I feel like it's kind of in the same range.
So for me, I'm still regretting doing only a 6 on Thor. In my mind, I always think 7 because there was an earthiness and a complexity. It's like I like weird scotches. You know, I like weird, cruddy, grungy things. And Thor had that for me. This was just more jammy. So I'm comfortable giving it a 6.
I liked it a lot. I give it a 7, but because I had a different perspective from you guys because I threw it on a wing too, I would give it like a 9 with the wing. 7 with the sauce itself, yeah.
There is that, how good it goes when you actually use it in practice versus just a taste test.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go to a 7 because that would violate my Thor principle, but I will go to a 7 to make happiness in the family.
I'm actually thinking, when I think about it, I'm thinking I'm rating it higher than Thor only because there was sweetness, but and because Thor hurt me so much, like it was caused me so much pain. But I do remember
it's vindictive.
But there was more complexity in Thor. There's certainly, like, I did taste more peppers and more different things going on. So I really actually would want to go with 6. Like, I don't want to put it above Thor.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I didn't admit about Thor that I'm going to say now, and we'll see what happens with this hot sauce. The next morning when I woke up, I smelled Thor.
Me too. I felt like I was about to have hot sauce in the morning. Like I tasted it on my tongue. Like I had that sensation of, you know, when you play a video game way too much, when you go to sleep, sometimes you picture the video game and you feel like you're about to play it. That's how I woke up for Thor's Hammer. I woke up expecting to eat it for breakfast, and then I did.
So I kind of like that. I like that grittiness was still there, you know? So we're going to call this 6 and 6 again. And I think it makes sense given what it tends to be rated on other websites.
I'm all in. 6-6.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you, Keat, for being a guest.
Thanks for
So
having me.
much. You're awesome. You outshone us all, everyone. Hey, if you watch this and you liked it, please leave a comment below. If you want to suggest a sauce you think we should do, leave a comment below. If you want to be like Keat and you want to be a guest, leave a comment below. And Keat, we loved having you. You can join us anytime on
Krevat Attack Hot Scores! And don't forget to subscribe.